Hello, my dear students. Welcome to the Faculty Driven Institute Resultant. Hope you guys are fine. So, guys, as you already see in the thumbnail, you know that in today's session we'll be talking about the syllabus and books for ESE, and the books are common for GATE ESE or if you're preparing for any other competitive examinations. Actually, I was getting continuous queries that, ma'am, if you want to refer to textbooks for a particular subject, there are so many authors, so which books we should refer for a particular subject. So even like for railway airport also I'll be telling you the books which you can refer. Okay, so now without any delay, let's start with the session. Let's be quick. Okay, but before we start with the session, let me quickly tell you a few things. First of all, guys, as you know, this is a new initiative, the Faculty Driven Institute. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, kindly do so. Share it with your friends and like the session as well. Now, talking next is, if you are new and if you don't know about me, you can go through my profile as well. And apart from that, guys, let's talk about the ESE Civil Engineering syllabus for the coming 2025. I know that some of you might be preparing for GATE, some of you may be preparing for ESE, and some may be preparing for both of them. So let's start the session quickly. So guys, you know that here you have two things. One is first your prelims, then your mains, and then finally you have an interview. So if you talk it about here in the prelims, there are two stages. Stage one is there in which you will be having what general studies and engineering aptitude will be there, and the next paper will be technical in nature. Okay, both the papers will be exclusively objective with a negative marking in it. Okay, talking about mains, which will be purely conventional. Now, talking about these 10 are the basic, you can say, topics for which you have to study. I know generally, guys, you are terrified that these 10 topics are there and you are not sure that every time whatever you study that comes in the examination exactly. So, you are pretty much aware that the cutoff is not also very high. Okay, so if you are very much sure of out of 10, if you have studied 5 or 6 topics clearly with full coverage, then also it's okay. Okay, so current issues, engineering aptitude in this, if you have studied basically for GATE, LR, logical reasoning and analytical ability is only there, not a much vast, you can say, knowledge of aptitude is required, and it's pretty much simple basic knowledge. If you're having of aptitude, if you are there with the IQ, you'll be able to crack it. No rocket science is there. After that, engineering mathematics, NA, numerical analysis is there. Then principles of design, drawing and safety. Then talking about the quality practices, construction maintenance part. Then you have basis of energy and environment. Don't get confused with the environmental engineering if you are a civil person, because the reason, while I'll tell you that, because here certain things are there, like some conventions, some protocols which are there. So there are n number of different things which are there, which is not there in your actual environmental engineering of civil. Okay, so yeah, climate change, what are the bills which have been passed, the acts and all those things are there, which is not there in your GATE for environmental engineering. So don't get confused that oh, we have covered, so that the same year. No, it's not. Okay, talking about next is basic of project management. If you have done CPM, if you have studied for GATEs, then you'll be able to do it here also, no issues. Basis of material science and engineering, guys, this is more of for mechanical people, but yeah, we also have to study, we can't do anything about it. Okay, talking next is ICT, information and communications technologies, and then is ethics and values, which is generally I don't think ethics and values you have to study much. That's based on again a simple IQ of yours, that they'll give conditions, what you have to do in which conditions. So these are simple things. Okay, and you'll say that, ma'am, for you it is simple. No. Yeah, I'll just agree that basis of energy and environment, that conventions, protocols, years, and what are the bills which have been passed. Yeah, tough to remember, retain all those things. That is something. Then similarly goes for material science and engineering. I agree with that. Okay, now talking about one thing, that here general studies, engineering aptitude will be there, as I told you, 10 topics which have been mentioned to you. And generally if you talk about the weightage, so weightage of individual topics will be 5 to 15% of the total marks of the paper. Okay, now talking about next is here 2024, even now for 2025 it is divided, as I already told you, stage 1 and stage 2. Stage 2 is not at all objective, it will be purely conventional in nature. Okay, now talking about next is the syllabus part. Now, guys, you know that in ESC building materials, you have to study it because they ask it for a considerable higher weightage. In GATE, maybe you'll get it for 1 marks or 2 marks, but it is not the case for your ESC. So you don't have any choice. You have to study building materials. So stone, lime, glass, plastic, steels, fiber reinforced polymers, ceramics, aluminium, flash, basic admixtures, everything is being mentioned to you. You have to study the test which is there, the apparatus which is there, the codal provisions which is there, all of this. And similarly, not only for ESC, this is obviously for ESC, but if you're preparing for any state level examinations also, state level examinations, then for that also building materials becomes very, very important. Okay, so for GATE, it's not that much there, but for ESC, it is mandatory. You cannot dare to skip building materials. Similarly, for state level examinations as well. Okay, now coming further, first I'll tell you the syllabus and then I'll be telling you the books also. Don't think that, ma'am, you're not telling about the books. I'll tell you about the books also. Talking about solid mechanics here, it's pretty much 4 5 important topics: elastic constants, plane stress, strain, Mohr circle, elastic theories, and here principal stresses, bending, shear, and torsion. That's pretty much basic, which you have studied already for your GATE. Okay, talking about essay structure analysis, again, I don't know, but the maximum students don't study much structure analysis. Either they study indeterminacy, they'll study ILD. So there are 3 4 things which they study as far as GATE is concerned. But here again, guys, if because after clearing prelims, you have to go for the mains, which is conventional in nature. So here you have to be pretty much, you can say, don't you can rely only on the indeterminacy part and all. You have to study about the portal frames, rolling loads, unit load method, each and everything you have to study it here in structure analysis. Okay, now talking next about is the design of steel structures. Again, as far as GATE is concerned, you only study plastic analysis and go, and you think that is sufficient, or maximum if you are there, you study only connections and plastic analysis. But here girders is there, column sections, build up sections, tension members, compression members, and you should be able to read the code also, because however when designing part is concerned, you have to read the codal provisions, lacing, pattern, everything. Okay, so how to utilize the code, that is also important. Of course, you won't be carrying the code in the examinations, because whatever things codal provisions are required, that will be attached to you in the question paper only, as far as conventional paper is concerned of the structure analysis. Okay, now coming next to your RCC, design of concrete and masonry structures. Here it is almost similar, but here you will be having one more thing, that is earthquake resistant design of structures will also be there. Okay, pre-stress is there in the previous case also, but here the thing is retaining walls, tanks, and staircases, these are not there in your GATE, but these are there in your, what, these are there in your ESC syllabus. So this is the extra thing, pre-stress and all, shear, beams parts, columns parts, footings part, you have already studied, and this is there in your GATE and ESC common. But retaining walls, tanks, staircases, these are not there in your GATE, but they are there in your ESC. Okay, now talking about next is CPM. Again, you cannot miss it, because you get 20 marks questions from this topic in ESC conventional. And guys, to your surprise, in this year also in GATE 2024, they have asked 2 marks questions in forenoon and afternoon sessions from CPM. So now generally we used to neglect it, that it's there for people of mechanical and civil don't have to do anything with that. But that misconception is now avoided, because you have to study for this. Okay, here, so there are 2 parts. First, like estimation parts and all is there, tendering part is also there, and then equipments and all, you have to study, like drag line and all those things, all the equipments part also you have to study. Apart from that, the cost and basically how to make the network diagram, each and everything. Okay, now coming next is to the ESC main syllabus. If I talk about ESC main syllabus here, so you will be having what, hydraulic machines, hydraulic powers, and here you will be having what, open channel flow. They have just mentioned it here, principles in open channel flow, but here there you'll be having uniform flow, energy depth relationship, gradually varied flow, rapidly varied flow, surges, these all are there. Okay, so you guys can do go through the main syllabus. Similarly, hydrology, water resource engineering, all the main syllabus is being mentioned to you. Rather than reading, you guys can go through it. I'll share the PDF of it in my Telegram group also, so you guys can download it from there as well. Okay, environmental engineering, but I'll just share the syllabus part. Don't think the books part, I'll do it. Okay, so similarly, here just one thing, water supply engineering part is there, wastewater engineering part is there. solid waste part is there. And guys, here you'll have air noise pollution also. Noise pollution is removed from gate 2021 point, from that time it has been removed, but it is still there in your ESE. So that is the extra thing which you need to study here. Okay, talking about next is geotechnical. So here geotech and foundation, both parts being mentioned to you. No need of reading, you guys can go through it. Okay, talking next is surveying and geology. Again, you cannot leave it. GPS, photogrammetry, remote sensing concepts, each and everything is being there. Okay, and geology again is, this is the additional one which you'll be having about knowing the applications and all these projects, pretty much basic. Okay, then talking about transportation. So here you will be having tunneling also. So highway will be there, then tunneling part will be there. This tunneling part you might have studied in your college, not, I won't say that for gate point of view, but you might have studied for your college. Okay, college semester examination point of view. Railway system is there, that sleeper density and all those things will be also there. Super elevation and all, and then harbors. Okay, so you need to study all this. And airport, railway and airport you will be studying for gate also, and you will studying here. Here additional thing is harbors and tunneling you have to study. Okay, as far as mains is concerned. Then this is the ESE syllabus which you can go. So ESE 2024, which I have copied it here for you guys. Okay, now let us talk about the ESE civil engineering books. Okay, so now if I talk about the book, so first of all, as far as strength of materials is concerned, you can go for the book of Jindal. Okay, similarly, if you talk about, if you want to read it from the basic scratch, then you can go for the book of Ramamurtham sir. But actually, you students get terrified because it is like this much as the, you can say, height, and this much as the width of it. But guys, trust me, questions from the very basics to the advanced level is there in the book of Ramamurtham sir. You guys can refer to that also. Talking about mechanics of materials, you can go for the book of Gary and Timoshenko. This is a very good book. You guys can refer to this. Strength of materials, like for transformation of stress, properties of materials, as I already told. If you want to refer for specific topics and all, so you can go for the book by E. Popper. Or if you want for unsolved problems and all, you want to practice more questions, you can go for the book of L. Singer. This is also a good book. Okay, talking about next, as I told you, if you want, see, I am telling you for different purposes. Like if you want for the purpose of basic generalized, you see general. Then if you want for properties of metals, transformation of stresses, you can go for E. Popper. Unsolved problems, if you want to go, you can go for L. Singer. Now if you want to go for theory purposes and all, you can go for BC Puname, that is evergreen. And if you want again, like mechanics of structures, if you want, you can go for the book of Dr. H. J. Shah. This is also a good book. Okay, you can refer to that. Similarly, if you want for structure analysis, actually you get for structure analysis also a book of Ramamurtham sir is there. For strength of materials is there. If you ask me, third semester when strength of materials came into picture, the basic book which I loved was Ramamurtham sir's book, but you can refer to other books also. They are also pretty much nice as far as we civil engineers are concerned. Similarly, for theories of structures, this is also a book by Ramamurtham sir. Too good, just fabulous. Okay, talking next about here again the book of L.S. Negi and sir is also there. You guys can refer to that also. And then if you want to do or more detail analysis, and also there's one more book of Gupta and Pandit. You can refer to that also. And for questions point of view and all, the Hibler book is the best. Okay, you guys can refer to that as well. So I've told you the combinations. There are n more books which will be there. So I'll just tell you that these are the books. You can refer to any books out of this. These are trial and tested, means yeah, they are good. I won't say that no flaws, zero flaws are there, but very minimalistic flaws are there. You can, this is by Pearson publication, Hibler's book. So you guys can refer to this. That's a good one. Okay, talking about next is here you have the book of structural dynamics. Structural dynamics, generally whenever I'll just refer to this book of Mario Paz was when I was in doing MTech in structures. Okay, but trust me guys, this is a very good book. Means if you're doing MTech in structures, because it carries each and everything, the degrees of freedom, vibrations, all those things. Too good. Okay, similarly, if you want, you can refer the book by Vajirani and Ratwani. This is also a good book. I say, ma'am, you are saying this is also a good book, that is also a good book. The ones which I have read it, I'm telling you, but I haven't, you can say the books which I have maximum part I've read it for structure analysis, that is the book of Ramamurtham Sirs, Mario Paz, Hibler, that is a good book. Okay, so that I can say means blindly you can trust it. Now talking about RCC design, so there are n different books are there. One is by BC Punami and Krishna Ranjan. So then again one is by AK Jain and SN Sinha. But the books which maximum civil engineering prefer is Menon and Pillai. This is the book, and for pre-stress concrete we go for Krishna Raju. So if you'll talk about me, the books which is like awesome. So that will be the Pillai and Menon, and the Priestess Concrete, it is Krishna Raju. These books are like if you want to go through the books part, okay, so definitely for RCC these are the best. Okay, but I'll just advise you one thing that I know that some people might be seeing it in any PDF is available in the internet, and also kindly check out the edition, because whenever RCC is concerned and all these are related to, or steel is concerned, these are related to codal provisions. Okay, so amendments takes place. So it might be possible that since you have downloaded the wrong version, not we say the old version, so you are reading the old, you can say the provisions and all, and right now it is updated, so you'll make the same mistake in the examination. So kindly, if you're downloading it or searching it from anywhere, kindly check out the edition, because it is very very mandatory, because codal provisions keeps on getting amended. Okay, talking about steel without doubt, both the books are good. The one which I preferred was S.K. Duggal, but I refer to Bhavi Katti also for certain designing part is concerned. So both of this are a very good book. You guys can refer to this. Apart from that, you have a book by L. Subramaniam also. This I haven't referred much. If you talk about me, I have referred S.K. Duggal and Bhavi Katti. Okay, talking about environmental engineering, guys, even if you are a Hindi medium student and you want to study it from the very scratch, SK Garg book is like, it is in very simple English that you will be able to grasp it in very simple English. Okay, talking about next, BC Punamia sirs is also there, but I have a slight more inclination towards SK Garg's book. And if you want to go for others, you can go for PV and Row. That is also a good book. You guys can go for that also. Wastewater engineering, if you want to study exclusively wastewater engineering, then Metcalf and Eddy, this is also a good book you can refer. But even if you're like, ma'am, we don't want to do PhD, then SK Garsa's book is more than sufficient for you, provided if you're not interested in doing PhD, because you don't need to read all the books at all. Okay, for wastewater treatment, again, Solisar book is also good. Okay, but these are the varieties which I'm telling you, but I'm also telling you the books which you can refer, because as I told you, you don't need to do the PhD in individual subjects, you just need to crack the examinations. Talking about soil mechanics, the one book which maximum people prefer is Gopal Ranjan and Rao. They say that even the questions in ESE, they are being set from this book only. Okay, then talking about other books like Venkat sir's book you can refer, or SK Garg sir's, BC Punamia sir's, these books are there. But the one book which maximum people prefer is the Gopal Ranjan sir. Okay, next, KR Arora, that is also there. N number of books available. I told you that there are n number of authors which are there, which I'm telling you, but the ones which we have preferred, or which is the maximum choice of everybody, that also I've told you. Okay, now talking about next is soil mechanics. Already I've told you. Now talking about fluid mechanics, the one books which I have both of these books with me. Trust me, guys. If you talk about me, I won't say that I have all the books, but you name the subject and I'll have one book of it minimum. Okay, because I'm a book person, I cannot I want to have it with me. I won't like library. It's like you have a tenure, not 10-15 days. You have to return it. So here, Modi and Seth books good. R.K. Bansal's book is also good. For open channel flow, I preferred Modi and Seth books also. And one more book was there, which was exclusively, that is by Subramaniam sir. That is more good. Bansal's book I haven't referred for open channel flow, because the denotions like they have, we take slope as S, he has taken M, so then the confusion starts for this. Okay, no, he has taken I and all those. There's some other denotions. There is a problem for me, because generally we don't take that denotions in common. Okay, similarly for open channel flow, the first thing which you can refer is Subramaniam, and if you are not, I prefer it to be good, but in case if you are not that much okay with it, you can refer to flow and open channels in Modi and Seth's book. That a part is there. You say that, ma'am, it is having only fluid mechanics and hydraulic machines. No, it will have a chapter of flow in open channels also. Okay, talking next about is fluid mechanics by AK Jan's book, Modi and Seth and Subramaniam sir's. pretty much okay. You can go for that. For machines part, you can go for Jagdish Lal, and for again for hydraulic machines and all, you can go for K. Subramaniam also. But I referred it only for open channel flow. Highway engineering, yeah, there are books by S.K. Sharma and all, but which I preferred was Just and Khanna. This is I'd say in very easy breezy language they have explained everything, so no doubt at all. Okay, talking about surveying, B.C. Punamya, S.K. Duggal, both are the good books. You can refer to it. Okay, Subramaniam sir's book, one is for open channel flow and one more is hydrology. This is also by K. Subramaniam. There are other books available by other authors, but trust me, guys, this book is awesome. This much thin, even if you want to read it, you'll get a confidence that you'll be able to complete. Because generally it happens that when you see a thick book and all, you drain out that, oh, I won't be able to complete it. But this one, you'll be able to do it, and pretty much good. But I won't tell you because there are certain things like they have told about the countries, many databases, things are there, which is not at all required. So until and unless you are not interested in doing PhD from water resource engineering, just study the important selective topics which is there in your examination. That's it. Irrigation engineering, SK Garg, PN Modi, both are good books. You guys can refer to anybody of them. Too good. Okay, because in apart from GATE and ESE, if you talk it about in ESE, much more things are there as compared to GATE, because if you talk about the syllabus of irrigation engineering in your ESE, you will be having many other, like you have to study diversion headworks in details, energy dissipators in details, much more things you have to study in vast. Okay, so you guys can refer to the books. Construction engineering, I have a book by Dr. S. Sita Raman. This is also a good book. You guys can refer to it. But this is like a thick book, and also if you want to study a particular sections, it's good. Until and unless, as I'm saying, you don't want to do a PhD and all, because see, if you go on reading the whole book for the entire time, so you don't have that much time. In next year Feb you will be having the paper. I prefer that if you have a doubt in a particular topic or a particular chapter, then it's good. You guys can refer to that. Okay, or if you're doing self study, then also you guys can refer to it. That is also okay. Okay, because if you're a book person and you're like, no, no, I can't study from any faculties note, I have to study it from the book, you can go through it. Okay, talking about next is engineering materials, material science. So this book also, I'm also having Rangwala, or you can go for S.K. Duggal's book, but this is for building materials. Engineering materials, it is Rangwala's book, because this will help you when you'll be preparing for your paper one. And building materials, you can go for S.K. Duggal. Concrete technology, there's one more book by Gambhir also, which I have it. Here it is M.S. Shetty, but there's one more book by Gambhir. I'm having it. I like that book. And building constructions, you can go by Sushil Kumar. I'm having this book also. Okay, but guys, there are like too much theory. So like if you are having the short and crisp notes, that will be much more useful for you. Apart from that, yeah, concrete technology. I was saying the ML company fab. This book is fab. Okay, so and railway and all, generally we try to avoid these subjects. So as far as railway is concerned, SC Saxena and SP Aurora book, you guys can refer to this. Airport, Khanna and Aurora again. And if you talk about harbor, duck and tunnel engineering, all three will be covered here. That will be R Srinivasan. Okay, excuse me. So generally, you are like roaming here and there for railway, airport, and also you guys get for Saxena and Aurora. Then here it is Khanna and Aurora, and then here it is R Srinivasa. Oh, Khanna and Aurora. This one is different. Actually, I have a book. I'm just not remembering the name. There's one book in which railway, airport, and tunnel all is covered. I'll just share it in the comment section. Okay, so I haven't purchased this book, it's not there with me, but I have seen the feedback. So like faculties and all who teach railway, airport and all, they refer to these books. So I've told you about airport, railway and tunnel. I don't have this. I have Srinivasan's book, but I don't have other books. Okay, I have other book in which all five are there. This railway, airport, tunnel and dock, these are there. Okay, highway, I just prefer just to and Khanna, that's good. Okay, so you guys can refer to this, and if you have any doubts, feel free to talk to me. Feel free to let me know that what issues you're facing, or if you have any problem in the syllabus, books part, anything, you just feel free to talk to me. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Take care of yourself. Thank you, and bye bye.